It's just that beautiful.
Moto, one person.
Yep. There's ram over there, the only species that hasn't chased me yet. Hello, traveler. If you're new to the channel, I'm Steel and I travel on a motorcycle to significant historical sites and natural wonders. And once every year, I pick a remote location to visit. The one I've chosen for this year is within the borders of probably the most interesting country in the world, actually. It's so rich in historical and archaeological sites that millions of tourists visit it every year. Yep, I'm talking about Greece, and no, not the movie. So, what's the location I've picked there? Hard question, isn't it? Well, it is the statue of Leonidas in Sparta, the strongest megapolis. So, I planned an 8-day trip around Greece in which I'll visit some of the most famous historical sites, ancient cities, etc. But first things first, today's destination is Thassos Island. I want to go on the famous tour around Thassos done by many motorcycle adventurers, and along the way I'll stop by some interesting places. And if you're into this type of travel videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It helps this channel grow and you'll get more videos like this in the future. Something very stupid happened. I stopped to check something and I've just broken my GoPro mount, and that's why it is attached in this ridiculous way to the side of the helmet. And I'm kinda mad, but not because they're broken, but because I didn't bring spares. So the current goal is to get to Kërgjeli. There's a tech store. Fortunately my route goes through this city and I hope they have what I need to fix this mess and to proceed with the journey, because otherwise I would have to postpone it a few days. But let's be positive. Let's attach this GoPro the right way again. I kind of found mounts. I'll try to fix it now. Well, I have built the Voltron. So we're again in the game. We'll see for how long, of course. It's 12 o'clock. I think that I have around 40 minutes to the border. But now, since Bulgaria is part of Schengen area, I will fly through the border like an airplane. The views here are amazing. Yeah, there is no river right now, but it is still cool. So my casa should be here. Yeah, and no border control. So cool. Schengen! Schengen! Hello! And hello, Greece. Oh, it feels different. There's no turning back now. We are not in Kansas anymore. Oh man, that's just amazing. Hello, military! here's St Nikolaos Monastery over there. There are actually two temples built on two small islands around 1904. Oh, I'm definitely stopping. And a legend says that the spirit of Saint Mary once appeared here. Also, people say that this place has healing effect on people. Let's walk around.
Yes.
Hello. That was my first contact with human beings from Greece for this trip. Really cool. Pretty awesome. And there is another one. I will go to there too. I wonder what it feels like to live here. Well, everything was great. So the first stop of the trip in Greece, not the movie, the country, has already passed. Now I will be heading south. There is a road and I will hit that road, take that road to Keramuti, and there I'll catch the ferry to Thasos. What is this? Water? Why? I didn't get this part. Maybe because the road is too hot, they're cooling the tires in that way. This might be, might not be. So another thing that I don't get is why there are two white lanes in the middle, not just one. If you happen to know that, write it down in the comments, because I'm really curious about this. So Keramuti is 1 kilometer away, and actually I'm kinda entering already. So let's find the dog. I can see the ferries there. Yeah, that's it. I'll probably board one of these big fellas, yeah. Here. Hello.
One motor, one person.
Yep. Oof. So I boarded the ferry. Hello, Thasos. And I almost forgot, there is one thing. When you come to Greece, you should eat calamari. You're obligated to do this. That's just the way it is. They probably cook the best calamari in the world. Prinus Limenaria, yep. That's the direction I'm going. That was one cool view, but there are many here. And speaking of views, my next location is a village up on the hills of Thasos near Limenaria called Kastro. It was built high on the rocks to protect it from Mediterranean pirates. So, is that Limenaria? Yep. Oh, Transalp. Nice bike. I wonder if there is a sign to Kastro. Yeah, there is. It says Kastro. It's that beautiful. It's just that beautiful. Welcome to Kastro. That's close enough. I'll go on foot now. Yeah. It's a curious fact that it was built that high for better protection from Mediterranean pirates who used to loot the coastal towns. Its old one, built in the beginning of the 1400s as a fortress/town. So it's no surprise that Kastro means castle in Greek. It was kinda abandoned in the 18th century, and now it's interesting tourist attraction with its views and old buildings. One of which is the church, built 200 years ago in 1804. It is one interesting sight to see. There's ram over there. The only species that hasn't chased me yet. I'll make sure it stays that way. I escaped the ram for now, but I'm sure that he knows shortcuts. If he wants to attack me, he will. So the village of Kastro, it seems like it is turning into a resort like the other villages and towns here on Thassos. It has a good road and the views are amazing. This place is majestic. I can't say anything else. Back to the tour, I'll go to one more interesting place, the monastery St Archangel Michael. The first holy temple there was built in 1090 AD and later developed into a more complex one. It is famous with the nail of Jesus, which is kept in this monastery, and it is available to anyone who would like to see it. Let's see if I'll find it there. Yep, that's the church, Archangel Michael. I'll see if I can lit a candle. Time to go. So that was beautiful and old monastery, Saint Archangel Michael. But today's main focus is Thassos itself, so I'll continue with the tour to one more place, Aliki. It has an archaeological site which contains the remains of a Roman dock. That's the place where the Romans used to export the marble from Thasos, because if you don't know, Thassos has been a marble mine since ancient times. Best quality. And yes, the most impressive Greek and Roman marble statues were probably made of marble from Thassos. Closed. Maybe. This seems to be open. No one is stopping me. Again, the olive trees. So here was the port where the Romans were taking the marble from the island. Yeah, I'll walk around. I love these sites. Yeah. And there is some hole there. I'm very curious to go there. That's probably where the treasures were buried, or the outlaws. There are now only ghosts. So just pots, and yeah, there's more. And this was a basilica, a church. That's what I can say. Closely, it's like a giant sarcophagus. What it looks like. Let's see. What do they say? Sarcophagus, Roman period, 2nd, 3rd century. So this sarcophagus is not only one found on the peninsula of Aliki, but it is the most impressive. It's beautiful, and there are inscriptions on the wall. Time to go. It's getting late. It was cool. It looks absolutely great, amazing. The only thing that remains is to finish the tour around the island and to find the restaurant, because if you come to Greece and don't eat calamari, you haven't been to Greece. Oh, did I stop that far? Well, probably nothing is visible, but I'm still on the road.
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Hello.
I want fried calamari. Finally, I'm in the hotel room, out of the motorcycle gear. It was a bit of an exhausting day, full of adventures actually. It's time to eat and prepare for more. I'm going to wrap it up. See you later.